Hello everyone, this is the fourth video in a series of Python tutorials. If you stumbled in on this video, please visit my link to the first video in the description box below. Over the last couple of videos, we have learned the basics of Python from foundational concepts and syntax to libraries and modules. Today we will put all of that knowledge towards creating one final project. We will be creating a CLI version of the game Rock, Paper, Scissors. CLI stands for Command Line Interface. You will find an example of this command line interface in Terminal for Mac OS and Command Prompt for Windows. My name is Vishnu Mano and welcome to the Den. Before we write any code, let's brainstorm what this application will look like and how we should go about writing the code. This is called pseudocode in the programming world. First, we need to set a goal. Rock, paper, scissors against the computer. In order to make it fair, we need to make sure that the computer's choice isn't rigged. It has to be random. We need to allow the user to choose either rock, paper, or scissors. Based on what the user selected versus what the computer selected, we need to inform the player whether they won, lost, or tied. We need to start by choosing any libraries or modules to work with. The difficult point of our application is the randomness factor. We need to ensure that the player has a fair chance against our computer. For this, we can use the random module from the Python standard library. This module gives us many functions that can be used to randomize results, like choosing a random number between a certain range. Now, just a clarification, we are creating an application that allows the user to play against a pre-programmed random computer. We are not creating an AI or a machine learning algorithm, so it is incorrect to call our opponent an AI. Anyways, let's begin by importing our random module with the import syntax. Then we can allow the user to type in their choice between rock, paper, and scissors using the input function and assigning it to the variable choice. This stores the user's response as a string in the variable choice. Now, although this is not the cleanest way to do it, we now set up a slew of if statements, utilizing the elif statement to signify this repetitive task. However, it is the easiest based on the syntax we are comfortable with right now. How does the computer know what rock, paper, and scissors are? Also, what is the easiest way for the computer to realize scissors beats paper and rock beats scissors? In other words, what is the most efficient way to create the game logic? Well, we should use the data type of integers. All this code is doing is assigning the variable move to 1, 2, or 3 based on the user's choice. Now we can set up an else statement if the user's choice was not rock, paper, or scissors. By the way, this .lower function after our variable just states to take the lowercase version of the string. Python is string sensitive and therefore will consider a capital letter different than a lowercase letter. To fix this, instead of explicitly programming a case for the uppercase answer, we can use the .lower function to take the lowercase version of whatever string we pass in. Therefore, if we pass in rock or rock, uppercase versus lowercase, our program will work. Now that we are done with the user side of the program, we need to program the computer opponent. We need to make sure that the game is fair and the computer's choice is random. Just for kicks, I built a rigged version of rock, paper, scissors where the computer's choice is no longer random, and instead it is based on the user's choice. Therefore, it is impossible to win this rigged version. If you would like to download the code, please visit my GitHub at github.com/vishnumano. For the computer opponent, we need to use this same integer system to make the choice between rock, paper, and scissors. We can set the variable numChoice equal to a random integer between 1 and 3 by calling the random module that we imported and calling the randint function from this random module. Let's also define an empty string that represents the verbal choice, either rock, paper, or scissors. We can assign this word choice to one of 3 options by using a slew of if statements. Now we can inform the user about their choice versus the computer's choice by using a string formatting. This 0 correlates with the first item in this because Python is on a 0-based index. Therefore, the 1 correlates with the second item. Now for the game logic. By comparing move to numChoice, we can use greater than equal to, or less than to decide whether the computer or user won. Now, once we have completed this first project, we realize how all of the code we learn fits in together. Programming is truly like artwork. Every component fits in to make the final piece. As you can see, programming the game Rock, Paper, Scissors only took a couple lines of code. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the comments.